Well, hello everybody. We are once again hanging out with Jason Fazio Photography, getting ready to go out on a long road trip and see as many sights as we can over the course of the next couple of days. And this is the first video in a series of videos that are going to highlight those adventures. So glad to have you along, and let's go take some photos.
Let's do it.
Traveling along the Columbia River looking for that iconic shot, we're really surprised at the amount of fall colors that are still present. There's a lot of yellows and golds in the trees and still quite a few leaves, which is a shock to us. I mean, it's November 27th. We really expected bare trees and no leaves. So we're really hoping when we get to this first location that those colors are still present and we can work them into the shot. So fingers crossed. So the journey up here was just about 16 hours. Left just after 4 o'clock yesterday and got in just about 7:30 this morning with the time change, just about 16 hours. And behind me is the destination. And this is a bucket list for a couple of us to get up here and shoot this waterfall. And I am so excited to finally get here. After seeing pictures of this waterfall for years, I wanted to get here and I finally made it. So let's go take this photo. The main area to get up close to the falls and actually get the picture that I want is closed until about 9 a.m. So I'm going to set up here on the outside of that and try to incorporate this bridge here along with the falls in the background, and hopefully this beautiful yellow tree right here to go with it. Originally, I thought I was going to shoot this with the widest lens I have, which is the 15mm Laowa f2. But after looking through the viewfinder, I have too much foreground in the image and too much sky in the image, and I really want to focus more on the bridges and the waterfalls themselves. So I'm actually going to put the 16-35 on so I can zoom in a little bit and get the composition that I'm looking for. I'm shooting in manual mode right now, and I've got the aperture set at f20. The shutter speed is about 1.5 seconds, ISO 100. And it's still overexposing just a little bit too much at those settings. The very top part of the waterfall there is getting blown out whenever I look at the image. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the circular polarizer on it. That's worth about 2 stops of light. That's going to allow me to bring that aperture down a little bit because I really don't want it to be at f20 right now. And at the same time, it's going to give me a little bit longer shutter speed to really get the flow of the water that I'm looking for. So I think that the circular polarizer is the right way to go instead of the 6-stop neutral density. If I do that, then I would have to bring that f-stop down quite a bit more in order to allow more light in. So we'll try the circular polarizer first. If that doesn't work, then go with the neutral density filter. Now I have a couple different ways that I can add a circular polarizer to my lens. I have a 72mm circular polarizer, the standard type. Screw the filter on, make adjustments as you need to in order to get the polarization effect, get it a little bit darker that you want. I also have my Heda system here. This is a Heda M15 filter system. I'm gonna go with this because of the off chance that I have to put that 6-stop neutral density filter on there. I already have this set up. So instead of having to take this circular polarizer back off, then get the Heda system out, I'm just gonna put the Heda system on there and go for it. Make adjustments as I see fit. With the circular polarizer on here, I was able to bring the aperture down to f16. My shutter speed is still at 1.6, my ISO still at 100. I've been able to get that aperture lower where I wanted it without overexposing, and also make sure that I don't overexpose the upper part of that waterfall, which was the concern I had without the polarizer filter on there. I'm shooting at f20 right now. Shutter speed is 1 second, ISO is 100. It's giving me a nice flow on the water. The exposure is good. It's actually underexposing by 1 1/3 stop, but that's the only way that I can keep the water from blowing out the highlights and it not showing any detail in that flow. I'm pretty happy with the composition right now. I hope that it sticks well. The only thing I don't like is the very top of the scene where the waterfall starts. It's a little bit foggy up there, and the sky really doesn't have any color or detail in it. So that's going to be a little bit of a detractor from the photo, but I'm hoping that in the end it's going to turn out the way I want it to. It is picking up some beautiful green color from all the just lush vegetation that's around the fall. I really like that. I do wish that there was some more of those yellow leaves that we saw as we were driving up the Columbia River Gorge. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of those here at this time. So I think I got the shot that I came for. Like I said before, this was truly a bucket list item to be able to come up here and photograph these waterfalls. I've seen so many pictures of them shared online, shared in forums and places where photographers share their photos, and I've always wanted the opportunity to come here and take a photo of this fall myself, and I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to do so. So we're going to go ahead and finish packing up, head on down to the car, take a look at the map, and figure out the next place that we're going to head off for the next photo shoot. We'll see you there. The next stop on our journey is the Oregon coast. We've come to a place called Thor's Well. It's a popular destination where the water crashes up over the rocks and then sucks down through the rocks. So we're hoping to get some long exposure photography while we're out here right at sunset. We don't know how well the sunset's going to be this evening. There's quite a bit of fog and mist out there. We're afraid that's going to snuff any of the beautiful colors out of the sky, and it'll just turn out to just be kind of a dull and plain sunset that just isn't going to make for a great photo. But we're hopeful that the colors are going to show up, and we're hopeful that it turns into a photo that makes it worth the trip out here. Just seeing this has been absolutely worth the trip, to be honest with you, even if I don't get a good photo of it. But obviously I'd love to have a good photo to document the journey, and hopefully that's what we get. So let's head on down to the rocks and see what we can find. All right, looks like some good waves are going to start coming in here in a second. So there was one, and there we go. I got a nice motion of that water just coming down the face right there. I timed it perfectly and got it. So there's a couple bigger waves that are out there in the distance. As soon as they come in, hopefully it's going to result in just as good a photo as the last one turned out to be. So far I've gotten one image that I think is going to turn out really well. I timed it well. The wave came up, it crashed, the water ran down the far side of the hole there, and I think it was captured well in the camera. So there's a few other waves that are coming here pretty soon, and I'm hopeful one of those is really going to give the entire bowl just full of water like I'm looking for. Not yet. That one wasn't too bad, but I don't think that's still what we're looking for. See some nice big breakers out there. Here we go. Yeah, decent flow, but still not entirely full. That one's nice. That one captured the entire left side of it. Now I think that one may be the one. That's got a nice full bowl of water just pouring in there. That one's gonna look good. So I've repositioned in order to shoot into the sun. As that sun's setting, the sky's picking up some beautiful colors, and I really want to capture that as part of the photo. It gets exciting when those waves come in. Wow, oh, just what an incredible opportunity to be here. The colors in the sky right now are absolutely amazing. I think I got the shot that I came here for. I got the entire walls covered in water. I timed it just right and was able to capture one that really I think is going to come out good. Beautiful color in the sky. Probably going to pack up, head up to the Tahoe, make some dinner, and then head on to the next location. So I appreciate you coming and joining on these two great locations. Think we got some great photos out of it. Tomorrow's video is going to be even better. We're going to knock off a couple other bucket list items, so stick around and see how it turns out.